So thanks for the introduction and thanks for the invite, Laurie and Luke. I'm also not a quantum expert. I would like to be one because I believe it's one of the hottest topics we have right now in the industry in general in technology. But Laurie and Luke asked me to provide also an intro with regards to the big picture. So maybe it's worth to quickly demonstrate or explain what the Next Generation Mobile Alliance is about. So NGMN exists since 2006. We do have a cooperation agreement with GSMA, so we work closely together. And we are an operator-driven organization. So we do have, at the moment, 25 operators from different geographical regions in NGMN. Operators are full members, but we typically in our projects work with the entire value chain. So we also have a second pillar for the membership for vendors, system integrators, and alike. And then the third level are research institutes. And you will see later why this is also very important to have this input in NGMN. So a bit more than 80 companies right now collaborate globally in NGMN. We work on requirements level. And since beginning of 2021, we focus on 3 main topics. One of them is how to master the route to disaggregation. I will also, of course, link it later to how this relates to the topic we have right here now, the quantum safe environment. Because for operators right now, it's one of the biggest headaches, how to operate disaggregated networks, how to change the processes. I mean, in addition to the legacy generations in the networks, we have the move to cloud-native solutions. We disaggregate the radio access network, the core network, the transport network, and disaggregation of the different components. It's quite different, actually. Several industry organizations are tackling this topic, and of course we all cooperate because we don't want to duplicate, so that's for the benefit of the industry. And network automation is also part of it. One important publication we had last year, end of last year, was the so-called Cloud Native Manifesto. It's an operator view. It was triggered and developed by our board of directors, so by operators. And it's basically calling the industry to align with 7 principles to enable open, scalable, and interoperable cloud-native based solutions. And security and safety, quantum safety is, of course, one of the aspects there. Going ahead, not right now. The second important topic is sustainability, so network energy efficiency, metering and disaggregated networks, and general measures to reduce the carbon footprint. And the third big topic is 6G. So going ahead, of course, it's very early stage. We all know that the industry still need to tackle a lot of different topics for 5G. 5G is even not fully rolled out in most of the markets. We need to learn what actually can be delivered with 5G, but at the same time we all know we have to start with the requirements for 6G. We need to drive a global alignment there. And that's what we are doing in NGMN. So, as mentioned, NGMN and GSMA, we do have a cooperation agreement. When it comes to the quantum safe networks, then in NGMN we set the high-level requirements, and the GSMA task force led by Laurie and Luke do work on more detailed requirements. So in NGMN we are not going further down to the specification level, for instance. Last year we issued several publications. So for instance, how operating disaggregated networks, the Cloud Native Manifesto I already mentioned, and then 6G requirements and design considerations, and also our security competence teams issued a very first publication on trustworthiness and security for 6G. What we manifested there was, of course, already that networks need to be safe and secure, when it comes to data privacy, but also when it comes to quantum security, quantum robustness. So those are high-level requirements there, and also to have an architecture by design which is based on zero trust. So that's one of the requirements there. When it comes to the GSMA publications, GSMA covered the telco use cases, so their impact on systems and guidelines, and of course also the importance to achieve crypto-agile solutions and the importance of zero-touch automation. So that's covered by the GSMA. Disaggregated networks, so when we have virtual functions running, for instance, on Kubernetes or alike, then of course there is an exposure with regards to security, and there is a risk with regards to that. There are security protocols, so classical security protocols, TLS and IPsec, and it's really important to act now, and I think that's what we need to understand and also to embrace as an industry, that quantum security and quantum safeness is not something we can just tackle in a few years from now. So we need to really start now, because we do have already different new architectures in the network where we need to start thinking about how to make them quantum safe. And there are different bodies, for instance, a subgroup of IETF working already on how to enhance those classical security protocols like TLS and IPsec. That's an overview of the publications we did. As mentioned, we work typically on a requirements level, so please don't expect to find very detailed specifications there. However, we all strongly believe that it's extremely important that we have a global industry alignment with regards to what are the main requirements with regards to security and privacy going forward with 6G. So we, as mentioned, we have first of all this 6G requirements and design considerations, where we also elaborated on the topic of quantum safety and quantum robustness. We have this publications from the security competence team, which tackles it in even more details, so everything can be downloaded from our website. And last but not least, last year we also published in September an operator view on 6G, so it's called 6G position statement. And of course, security and safety is also one important part of the cornerstones going ahead when designing 6G, whatever 6G will be. Yeah, it's as mentioned, early stage, but we work already on the requirements there. And I know I saved some time, but I guess that's fine. And handing over to Zik from IBM.